guys do, okay? I like going to concerts, like you. I like shoes. I like, what else? Cameras. So I took pictures of concerts and made myself a portfolio. So I uploaded pictures on my Instagram, and people reached out. They're like, your pictures are great. We have these concerts. Do you want to go take pictures? We will pay. Like, of course, that's what I love. Like, instead of spending money to a ticket to buy for the concert, they're giving me money. That's like, what? You're giving me money to go to this show that I would normally pay money, right? And just to take pictures. Like, that's amazing for me.
You get to be in front of the barricade.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I always arrive early, so I can be, right in front of the barricade.
Yeah, as a photographer in concerts, they let you go in front.
Yeah.
There's the band, there's a tiny space for photographers, and then there's the people in the shows. So they allow the photographers to be for 3 songs only in front. So as a photographer, you're just like, you need to know your camera very well because there's no mistakes. You cannot do a mistake in concert. Concert is the most hard type of photography. Light changes so fast, guys. You don't know when they're gonna turn off the light. You don't know when the guy's gonna move. It's the hardest, but it's adrenaline. It's a rush. You're like, all right. And it's only 3 songs. After that, they kick you out. They're like, get out of here. But it's cool, right? So as I said, I take pictures of concerts. I take pictures of lifestyle, like bicycles, skateboards, because I like that. But that's me. If you guys like something else, there's market for everything, okay? This is what I do. I like skateboarding, so they hire me. They're like, we're having a contest, can you take pictures? Sure, let's do it. Yeah, skateboard. And they give me pass for free to go inside, and I meet my idols. I meet the people that I look in magazines, and then they know me, and it's great. This would not have happened if I was not into photography, okay? So as I said, keep in mind, it can open doors. If you guys don't want to do it for money, it's okay. But if you guys want to go to a free show, or if you guys want free clothes, you can get it from photography, okay? Just keep that in mind. I take portraits as well. I contact people on Instagram. I'm like, hey, I'm a photographer. I don't have anything to do today. Let's go around downtown Los Angeles and let's take pictures. They say yes, because they want pictures too, So you're helping them and they're helping you. And it's so easy to meet new people, interesting people, and just explore the city. And with your camera, or phone, or whatever. Sometimes also they pay you to take pictures. Like this guy is a hip hop artist, and his manager sent me an Instagram message saying, hey, I like your pictures. I know you are in Los Angeles, let's take pictures of my artist. I went there, and it was this guy, and I shoot pictures for 5 minutes, that's it. Get paid, you get to know the city, you get to know other people that will recommend you to other people. And you can show your family, hey, I took a nice picture, look at my picture. I went to downtown, look at this is cool. This is more portraits, black and white, color, as you can see. So for me, photography is vision. What I said about cameras don't matter. Don't go spending the most expensive camera. I mean, if you guys have the money and you guys want to do it professionally, go ahead, do it. But you can take a nice picture with a phone. And especially now, with the new phones, they're amazing. Like sometimes, like in a concert, I'm like, with my big camera, I'm like, oh, I cannot take the picture. And someone with a phone has like a great picture. I'm like, it's nonsense. Or sometimes I forget the battery. Like my mind is everywhere, so I forget things a lot. So I did not bring a battery for one of my photo shoots. It's okay. Yeah, one time I forgot the battery of my camera, and I took the pictures with my phone, and they paid me, and it was fine. They didn't ask, what camera did you use? What lens did you use? I'm like, they don't ask that. If you have your vision, if you know like how to take a nice picture, you can do it with your phone, with your GoPro, with a fancy camera, with whatever you have. So this is like basics. This is the types of camera there are out there. Film camera is the ones that have the film that you take to the store and they give you the photos, right? These ones are more complex. The Polaroid, the Fujifilm, Instax, phone, DSLR, mirrorless, they all take pictures. But it's what's in your head that makes the picture, okay? All right, so we're gonna start how to take better pictures. If you guys have questions, just let me know, raise your hand, and I'll answer questions, okay? I'm gonna do this fast because what I love is questions based on your personal things. I'm being very personal, saying what I like in photography and how to take better pictures in general. But if you have questions about vlogging or about scenery, like ask those questions and we will answer them at the end, okay? So the first tip to take great pictures for Instagram or for your parents or for your boyfriends or whatever is an angle. Normally when they say, oh, take a picture of me, you just like stand there, right? Take a picture. But what I mean by angles is like, think for 10 seconds. Like, why am I here? Like, everyone can have the same picture here. Why don't I try to move like this to get the building in the back? Or there's a palm tree over there. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna move here. You put your friend, like, okay, can you move a little bit? And then like, you can try different angles. That's what I mean by angles. Don't always think the first thing, like, just from here. Or, no, like kneel down. Like, in my photo shoots, I'm always on the floor. Like, my clothes is so dirty. I'm like this, taking pictures. I'm like, getting in chairs, like, try angles. And of course, angles, will, like, if you take a picture, like, standing right here of one person, they will look taller than they are, right? It's like when we see statues, they're like super big. So if you take a picture of a short person like me, I will look tall, right? And sometimes I like that. So like if someone is taking a picture, I'm like, hey, can you like take a picture from there so I look like taller? If they take a picture from up, down, I will look tiny. I will look smaller, and I don't want that. And you guys need to know this if you take pictures of yourself. Like the selfies, like they look better when you're like this, right? Like if you're like this, like you open the phone and then you're like, oh, that's me. So angles is everything in a picture, okay? Everything. So take 10 seconds and just like go throw yourself in the floor, jump, go in a chair, try different things because they make a difference. We are very used to looking this way. We walk and so we know how this looks, but we don't know how this looks, right? So if you take a picture here, it's different in your mind. You're like, oh wow, wait, that's cool, right? Because we're so used to looking this way. So there's good pictures if you take this, but try a little bit, move around, okay? I'm gonna show some examples of what I mean. Like for instance, this picture in the grass, I'm just like kneeling a little bit down. Over here, this girl is not tall, but her legs look tall, right? They look long and majestic. That's because I just did this. That's it. I took a picture here and she looks terrible. Of course, I didn't say that, but I want her to look nice and her to see like, oh, that looks great. So I just took 10 seconds and took a picture, okay? like also over here, I was kneeling down and I told the model, hey, like interact with the camera. So she did that, and the picture looks different from if I take the picture just right here, right? Also here, I was standing up, took the picture. So if you see angles make a lot of sense in photography. Not only if you take pictures of yourself, this is also for sceneries. Like if you guys that want to take pictures of a scene, like buildings or a nice scene, like don't just take the picture here. If you like stand down, you can see all the buildings in downtown, right? If you take a picture here, you will only see some. But if you take it here, the buildings even look taller, right?
Yeah.
So these tips are for every kind of photography, not just portraits. This is what I do, as I said. So I'm giving examples of the pictures I've taken, okay? This is another picture. I told the guy to sit down, well, kind of sit down. Also, if you guys are trying to take pictures of your friends, sometimes they are not models, right? They don't know what to do in front of the camera. Like when they take pictures of me, because I don't like it. There's a lot of friends of you or you guys that don't know what to do. And it's so easy, just say, can you sit down? The best way to relax is sitting down. Or like just like kneeling down. They relax. If they're like this, they sit down and they relax. So then you take a picture. You don't need to be a model to take a nice picture of you or take pictures of your friends. Just make them relax. And a good way is making them sit down. Like this guy is not a model. He's a friend. We were taking pictures, and I said, hey, can you kneel down a little? He's like, oh yeah, sure. And then I took the picture. And I sold the picture to a company that he's wearing the clothes. I sent it to them and I said, hey, do you guys want this picture? They said yes. They gave me clothes and money in exchange of those pictures. So it's easy if you guys like want to make money. If you don't, it's fine, right? But now I still work with that company. Like every week they send me clothes and they're like, find people to take pictures and send us the pictures and we'll give you money. So it's good, right? Also this picture, I just kneeled down a little bit and took the picture. Another tip is elements. What I mean by that is don't just take a picture just to take the picture. Like take a picture through elements. What I mean by this is the following. For instance, look how interesting it looks if you're behind a plant, right? And there was like a palm tree, so I went like behind it and I took the picture to make it a little bit more interesting. And you guys can do this for everything. If you're taking pictures of a scene, like in downtown, get behind this is the building, right? So get like this, so you can have like a little part of the building and then show everything. Because we are not used to looking the world that way. So put elements inside of your lens. You can even put anything, like, I don't even know where my phone is, but if you have your camera, you can put a bottle of water, yeah, and it will create reflections. You can put your finger and it will look a little bit like this, right? So that makes a picture a little bit more interesting. Also here, I didn't want to take a portrait, just normal. I went behind the tree and just took the picture, and it looks like you're not taking a picture, but like you're seeing it from far away, like a little mysterious. And that is what makes a picture distinguished. That makes it better than if you don't just take a picture, right? As I said, take 10 seconds to think in your head, how can I make this cool? Find anything, find a plant, put it here, take a picture. Also, do you guys remember the CDs, the music CDs? If you go in the sun, you have your camera and you put the CD or aim it to your model, it will create like a rainbow. So you can create those things with easy elements that we have. Or you can grab a rock, just put the rock like in front of the lens, like shooting it that way. It looks dreamy. It doesn't look like a picture, it looks like a dream because it's like behind something, right? And this includes for every type of photography, even for selfies, for anything. Just try to go extra with your photography. There's more examples here. I shoot a lot for the company Vans. They make shoes. So they're always telling me, hey, take pictures. So I'm so tired of taking the same picture. So I try to do new things. So I put this guy in front of this rails, and I'm showing the shoes. That's what the company needs, but I'm doing something for myself too. I just don't want to take just a picture, right? I want to make it interesting. I want to challenge myself. And I want you guys to challenge yourselves. Every time you take a picture, even if it's a selfie, right? Selfies are great, but challenge yourself, like I don't know, like pose or sit down, try this angle, try the other angle, go outside, okay? All for scenes, for every type of photography, challenge yourselves. Also here, like I put my finger. I put my finger, and it's with a phone. That camera, I took it with a phone. So I put my model there, and I put my finger, and it doesn't look bad. It's just new things, you know? And the finger looks red, and the plants in the back are red. So for me, it looked nice. Maybe you guys say, ah, but try. Even if it looks bad, you try it, right? If you don't like it, then don't do it anymore. Try a different thing. All right, so photography, we play with light. That's what photographers do, or people who are into photography. We draw with light. Like painters use paint, right? We draw with light. If the classroom is dark, we cannot take a picture. We cannot draw, right? If we go outside, then we can do whatever we want. So light makes a difference in your photography. And I'm gonna show some examples. For me, the best time to take a picture is in golden hour. Do you guys know what?
Sunset time?
It's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, it's when the sunset starts. The sun is yellow, it's golden. So if you shoot a building, it will look yellow. It will look nice, warm. If you put your friend or your girlfriend or your dad or your mom in front of someone in the sunset with the sun coming this way, it looks warm. It looks very nice. That type of light is amazing. My second favorite time of day to take pictures, well, not time of day, but situation, is on a cloudy day. When it's like about to rain. Why? Because you don't have the sun like so hard, right? Have you taken pictures and then you see a lot of shadows in the face? That's because the sun is like hitting you in a selfie or anyone, right? So when it's cloudy, all the light is normal, like it's soft, right? It's like someone put something so the sun comes like softly, and that's my favorite days to take pictures. So when they say, I'm sad because it's gonna rain, it's like, no, get outside, take pictures, the light is amazing. So I'm gonna show some examples. Like here, you can see the shadows, right? I don't know if you can see very much, but you can see the shadows hitting here and the eyes. That's because the sun is right here. Like if you take pictures at noon, the sun will be right here. So if you take a selfie, this part is gonna create a shadow right here, right? So you don't want that. You have always to move anywhere. Or if you like that, that's fine. That's the cool thing about photography. No one can say, that's a bad picture. You look bad. No, it's what you want, what you like in your head, okay? So if you guys like that, that's perfect. But if not, if the sun is right here, go under a tree and there's shade, right? If the sun is right here or right there, move, turn around, check where the best spot to take a picture. Because remember, light, we depend on light. Anything, if we take pictures with phone, it's light, it's always light. Right here, the sun was coming this way, so it's creating some shadows. Oh no, it's coming this way. In the hair, it creates some shadows right there. It's okay if you like that. But if it's for a magazine or you want to show off your boyfriend or your girlfriend, maybe don't put shadows because your parents are gonna say, I want to see him, like I cannot see him, there's shadows. Like show me a normal picture. And as I said, light is everything. Light was coming this way with the hair over here, it blocked the face, right? But it makes it interesting. No, I was not like, oh, I cannot see the model. I'm like, oh, this is cool. I can play with something. And it creates like light over here, some shadows over here. And light makes it interesting. If it was all lit with a lot of light, then maybe it was not a good picture, you know? But because of the shadows, it made a good picture. So think about light every time you go out. If the sun is over here, maybe try 2 hours later to take the picture, or 4 hours later, okay? And it includes scenery, selfies, portraits. Concerts is different because the light is artificial. But I'm gonna go there in a little bit, but everything is light, okay? Even right here, like right here is light. But if we turn off this half of the classroom, then we're gonna have a shadow right here. You know what I'm saying? So it makes the picture a little bit more interesting. Over here also, the light was coming here, it created something cool, and I told the person, this is my friend, this is not for money, this is not for anything. I told my friend, I want to take a picture. And then I kept moving him, and then I found that light, and I said, okay, sit down there, that's very cool. So you take a picture where you think it's cool. As I said, take 10 more seconds to think. Don't just take the picture just to take it, just think a little bit. Also here, the light is super hard, which I like, right? It depends on the situation. And over here, the sun was very hard. I put this guy under a tree, so he would have shade, right? And the pictures are very different. You can see like this one is more like dramatic, right? The light is hard. That's the sun just hitting like right here. And this one is shade. So you can see the difference of the type of picture. One is soft and one is hard, okay? It depends what you want. There's no wrong or no right. It's what you want, your vision. If you're dark in your head, you want shadows, right? If you want like something bright, then just shoot anywhere, okay? It depends, it's your vision, remember that. That's what makes it different from other people that have the same phone and taking the same picture in the same place. What makes it different is your head. Because, for instance, if you guys go to Santa Monica Beach, right? And there's 10 people like with their phones taking pictures of the Ferris wheel, right? They're gonna have the same picture, right? You can just download that picture from internet and say, it's mine. Because it's the same picture, guys. And what I'm saying is, take 10 seconds. Like, go down, go up, maybe go backwards, try things. Instead of like everyone just like, cool, Like, no, like take time, okay? Okay, what happens when you have the sun in the back? The sky is gonna look white because you have the sun coming from the back. Some people like that, some people don't. But you can see the difference from this picture and this picture. At least I have the sky is blue, right? Maybe it has happened to you that you take a picture and the sky is white. And you're like, but I see the sky is blue. Like, why is it white on my phone? Like, and it happens because the sun is in the back. So it's it's reflecting all the light like over there, right? To your phone, because your phone or your camera is only concerned about this part. So that's why the sky looks white. So for me, this picture is not as interesting, but maybe you guys like that, it's fine, right? Sometimes you don't have the time to take 10 seconds. Like this girl I saw on the street and I liked her hair. So I said, hey, can I take a picture? She's like, yeah, 5 seconds. I'm like, yeah, okay. I didn't have time to say like, can you move? Let me go this way. Like, it was just a situation. Sometimes you will have those kind of situations where you cannot do a lot of things. So, and it's fine, right?
Can you show it to me?
Huh?
Can you show it to me?
Yeah, and she posted it in her Instagram. She loved it. And I didn't know, but this girl was a musician. And she has like 6 million followers. So one day I'm like, just like getting out followers. I'm like, what happened? Like, why? And then I noticed that this girl posted the picture I sent her. And I'm like, oh, she's a famous singer. That's what happens in LA. You never know, right? You see someone cool and you take a picture and then they're like, oh, singers or actors or, yeah, it happens. And if they like it, they'll be like, hey, can you take more pictures of me like some other day? That's great, right? All right, so that's light. Also, if you're not into taking pictures of people, if you like taking pictures of food, right? Or your shoes, like you spot like new shoes, not this one's, but you buy new shoes and you want to show the world that you bought new Adidas or Nikes or whatever, or a new jacket. Add things to the frame to tell a story. Don't just take pictures, tell a story. Stories are better, right, than just a picture. Like just like, oh, there's my shoe. No, like tell a story with that. And what I mean by that is add things, like if you have a table, like add cups, just to tell the story, like, oh, this person is with their friends, having a nice time. It's like, no, this person was just like, I moved the table, I said, hey, put your shoes there, I put some cups, just to make it look like a story, like there was something going on. And there was nothing going on. But it makes it more, it makes you like a storyteller. So if you have, because that's just like a normal photo, but if you do something beyond that, your Instagram will look better, right? It will look like a story, like a movie, and not just like a normal picture. It will make it look more interesting. Yeah, I told this girl, hey, walk around and then just take pictures. Like also over here, like you're in a bar, right? And you see like a lot of movement, people will say like, oh, he's in a cool bar, he's having fun. There's people like just like hugging or whatever, like, oh, he's having fun. Like instead of just like in front of the camera with your beers, like, right? It's like, oh, that's cool. Even if this bar was terrible, it looks like they're having fun, right? It's telling a story. Put your friends, put your models, put everyone in the picture to do different things. That's how they're gonna relax. Like it's better to tell them, hey, climb this wall instead of just like stand there, let me take a picture, that's it. Okay, take those extra 10 seconds. Also, cropping. Cropping is when you have a picture, like you took a picture, this is your picture, right? And cropping is when you delete this part of the picture to make it smaller for Instagram or to show only the face, right? That's what cropping means in photography. Sometimes you take a scenery, like downtown LA, right? But you shot a homeless man over here, so you don't want him in the picture, so you crop your picture, you make it smaller, right? But you guys need to be very, very careful with that because the following can happen. I took pictures of this girl, I cropped it. Never crop a person in their joints, like in their elbows or their knees, because then you like people that see the picture may think like that looks so weird because it looks like they don't have feet, like legs or arms. And or like if you just put like the face, that looks like maybe like that doesn't look like the same girl, right? So be careful when you crop adjust your picture. Like for instance, this is the normal picture, right? But I don't want so much sky. It's just blank space for me, right? There's nothing there, it's just blue sky. So I crop it to make it a little bit more interesting. That's what cropping is. Like this is a waste for me. Maybe for you no, but for me it's a waste of space in my picture. So I crop it to make it a little bit more interesting. It even looks like I'm closer to him, right? Like in this picture, maybe you think like I'm far away, but in this one, you may think like I'm right there taking the picture. So cropping helps to do that. The same picture, like look what happens here. Like that looks weird. That looks like a sausage, just like fried like that, right? So be careful when you crop your pictures and people. Like that looks so weird for me. Also here, like you crop the feet, like what's happening? Why is he dancing, right? What is he doing? Because the skateboard is not there anymore. So be careful when you crop things. Because if you show this to a person, like, what's happening? And as I said, try new things, experiment, try, practice. Light, as I said before, light is so important, guys. Like this light will give us a type of picture, but if we shut the light and we just use the light from outside, it will make it more drastic, more like theater, right? In theater, there's a lot of light. Like for instance, this, I only had one light coming from here. So it makes it more dynamic, right? Your picture looks better. If I had all the people facing this way, all light, it's just a normal picture. So I wanted something different. I moved the guys, I'm like, hey, can you guys move? And it looks more dramatic, right? That's what makes a picture stand out. Also over here, the sun was coming. Right here's shadow. There's shadow, so you can see the difference between this one and this one. And it's the same day at the same time. Check it out. Do you see this fence? It's the same fence as this one, right? But for this, I put a cardboard. Well, I had a friend put a cardboard over her, so it creates a shadow, right? So you can see the difference between this picture, where she is in a shadow, and this one, that the light is just like boom, right there. Some people may like this one better than the other. It depends to you, but it's the same time of day, okay? It's just different type of light. You can put whatever. You can just put like hands like blocking the sun, and that's gonna be way better, or worse, depending on what you want. Okay, here's a better example of that. It's the same girl. It's the same time of day. I just moved her around. I was like, okay, move this way, move this way, move this way. For this one, the light is just like on top, right? So you can see the shadows on her eye. I put her underneath these trees, so it's shade. So everything is, the light is very mellow, very nice, very soft. And then I moved her around, and the sun was hitting over here, so this part created a shadow here. So it's the same girl, it's the same day, it's the same time, I just moved them around. So do that. If you don't like the selfie right here, move. Check where the sun is. Try different things. Take those 10 extra seconds. And in your picture, in your Instagram, that will make a big difference. Okay, that's some basic tips. Do you guys have any